Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode this week. In case you guys haven't read the title yet, we're going to be drawing Warhammer. Okay, just kidding. Anyway, guys, we're going to be drawing you guys have played the new game that's coming out. It's all a buzz right now. So I actually was kind of dreading drawing this kind of character, guys, because a little bit of a kind of a difficulty. Armor, it's kind of hard to draw very quickly. Like, but I hope you guys are never, just like me, are never afraid of a challenge. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this started just because it's gonna be kind of a. I'm gonna get the whole guy in. So if you guys haven't noticed that I made my canvas a little bigger because I want to get this guy in and kind of a big dude right here. So I'll make sure I get the full thing in. So yeah, let's just get started, guys. If you guys haven't played this game, I highly recommend it. Me and the guys are playing as of currently. I believe we're gonna be playing it tonight. So, hope you guys will join me for that, and me and Darkin on that. I put the links in the description, guys. So, yeah, let's just get a. I usually like drawing characters like this, guys, because they're big and bulky, so they're kind of fun to draw. Kind of like Juggernaut or because these are the fun characters that like Marvel always used to get me like excited about. With when I was first learning to draw, guys, I was more fascinated with the bigger, bulkier bodies, just because they're like more fun, like more like I actually in one of the drawing books had I still have it, like learning anatomy and stuff, and it had some great images about how to draw like big guys, and one of them was like a giant, kind of cool. And even in the book it says these guys are not to be messed with. They're having a big big they're always having a bad day. I gotta post that one day, but anyway, guys, so yeah, I'm gonna start drawing a bulkier body right here, guys. I'm not gonna get too much in the story, guys, because I'm not too familiar with the story. I have to admit, guys, I wasn't really following the story as much. It was just, something about the Emperor or something like that, and I wasn't really paying attention. But it still seemed like a cool story. Don't get me wrong, but like I just, it's the second game. I haven't played the first one, so I apologize, guys, if you're expecting like But this at the end of the day, guys, this is a drawing, so. Oh crap, sorry. Sorry guys, my bad. I don't want my phone going off. These stupid polls and stuff, I swear to God, guys, I'm a political guy, but I really hope this election is over soon, because I'm sick and tired. Anyway, guys. Get a lot of these poll questions. Go away. So. By the way, guys, I made this announcement before, guys. I hope you guys will still tune in, because I know sometimes I tend to talk about my personal life. I tend to drone on, and it was made the suggestion that maybe I'm too much. I don't know, guys, but I just can't help it. So if I go off on a tangent, I apologize. But this is a drawing channel for the most part. Maybe I'll do some personal videos and I'll show off my office. And if you guys are kind of turned off by it, just let me know. Because these videos are meant to be about drawing. So anyway, guys, I want you to look when you guys are drawing details, especially armor, guys. The best thing, guys, to do is just kind of isolate certain areas. Don't get drawn too much in details, guys. Try to break up the armor in certain shapes. If you notice, like I still keep this shape, the torso shape here, because remember, guys, armor particularly does follow human anatomy, because you can't just build a suit of armor and then not have any contours or any lines that shape the human body, because at the end of the day this guy's got to move. If you look at go back and look at armor from the Middle Ages, guys, and you'll see the armor has it has openings, it has shapes of your body, because the armor is designed to fit you. And this guy is called the Reiver. I forgot to mention, guys, he's the Reiver. I'm not sure what is, because I believe this is from the first game, guys. I'm drawing from the first game. He's got like a little skeleton. I thought it'd be cool to draw him. But yeah, for the most part, guys, armor does follow a certain pattern of the human anatomy. So it's actually something to keep in mind, guys, because let's say you guys are designing your own character, and if you're drawing a character armor based, guys, you have to think about how this guy's going to move. Although in comic books, like in fact, I go back to, I use this as an example all the time, guys, with Iron Man's armor. Because if you guys go back and see the old comic books about how Iron Man looked with his armor, you just had to use your imagination. He was just basically, a human body, because that's how they drew him back then. They drew him with just like anatomy, and you saw the muscles, and you had to use your imagination. Oh, he's actually wearing a suit of armor, And then years later, now they've made Iron Man look like more armor. But because remember, guys, I've told you before, you have to draw these characters over and over. Even as a comic book, sometimes you have to draw them in the next panel. So it's just something to think about if you're designing a character, especially if you're comic book guys, because you have to remember you have to draw this character over and over, and it goes back to even Spider-Man. You know, all those individual webs you have to draw. That's the way they drew him back then. It's not that they weren't better artists, although the style was emulating to them. But now we draw everything so deep because now we have photos, guys. I mean, back then they didn't have cameras and things we can capture. And plus, it's also you're only limited to your imagination. Yeah, maybe guys didn't, but they all kind of pertain to that particular style anyway. So, it's a mixture of things. But for the most part, guys, if you're trying to be more detail oriented, you got to follow human anatomy first. At the end of the day, I still believe that. So let's get this guy's armor. Knee pads, go with the knee pads. You have to do the shape of the knee. The legs still follow a certain shape. It gets, it's fatter here because this is where his the front of his leg, but this is where his what do you call those things? His calf would be in the back, and here's his ankle right about here. So it's natural that there'd be hinges and opening spots where he'd be moving, where your joints are. So let's get a little. I'm just gonna give him a little because from the angle, guys, I like this little. Just give him a straight. He's just gonna be standing straight on this little rock thing. So yeah, that's yeah. Anyway, it's a pretty cool guy. Actually, I'm contemplating whether I bought one of the Eliminator guys. He's like a sniper. Of course, I had to get a sniper. I haven't opened it, but I was gonna get one on eBay, guys. I'm debating between this guy and if you guys seen the other Space Marine, the one with the red head. These are toys by Todd McFarlane. Of course, I'm a big Toddy fan, and he's still cranking out good toys for a good price. These figures, even like you can buy this figure here brand new. Not this particular figure, but this guy. Like on eBay for like $20. So I'm not spitting money for Todd McFarlane, but not paying me to say that. But no, I wish. Yeah, it's coming out pretty good. We'll get more of the. Remember, guys, more of the details I get when I do the inking. I like to do that kind of. But don't follow my process, guys. Remember, spend more time on your drawing. Rather than because remember, guys, this is just supposed to be a quick. Trying to keep this always. My goal is to always keep these videos a half-hour long, guys. I think it's a good. Because you can't any less than that, guys. If if you're tuning out after a half, you can't even make it to a half hour, guys. You're not really interested in the video. So, because these are for people who want to learn, guys. Not to say anyone can't watch this. I'm not begrudging you guys for anyone watching it, but I mean, I'm trying to come up with those YouTube shorts. But the thing is, guys, you don't get hands-on experience. I'm not in it just for the views, guys. I know views are important, but I really want to I hope someone's learning something from these things. These are lessons that I've learned, for a long time, guys, and I'd like to, in a way, pass them down to you, So I hope someone's learned something. And I appreciate all your comments, guys. I had a few comments that made me glad I'm not talking to myself on this camera here. So except for Jacer, he always likes to grill me. Okay, so we got our drawing down. Ooh, I like that. Let's see. Zoom this down. Well, let me save real quick. See that I drew Ward. Just space. Marine, not more. Actually, I hope you guys bear with me. My wrist hurting a little this weekend. I don't know why. I think I just kind of tweaked it, and then I went to the gym and I was benching. Felt it a little, but I'm okay. Just hopefully, it's just a couple years, what was it? A year or so ago, I sprained my wrist at work at something, and it took like a year for it to heal, guys. Oh my god! So guys, make sure you wear proper. If you need a brace while you're drawing, I recommend it. I do wear a glove. I'm wearing my glove, but it's just mainly for that for the keyboard. Check your hands. There are specific tools you guys may need for your hands if you're drawing digital, or even and I'll show you guys in a video how to wrap your pencils, to use tape to because when you're gripping the pencil, it sometimes helps to have a thicker I do recommend, especially if you're drawing for like 8 hours, guys, which drawing comic books and things like that, you do want to add kind of bulk to where you hold your pencil. So I would wrap most artists do wrap, and I'll show you how to do that if you guys aren't sure. But just try to keep it thick around where you draw, where you hold the pencil. I do recommend that. It'll help kind of keep your strain on your fingers and your wrists and stuff. So let's draw this little skull. Anything with a skull, guys, I swear to God. It's funny. I think I solely like Punisher, guys, not just because for what he is, because there are plenty of characters, guys, who's, the funny thing is, it's, I find it weird that, I don't mean going off a tangent, but I always find it funny that Punisher is like a unique character because his family was killed. I mean, how many superheroes have, but I really think it's the skull that, I mean, there are plenty of, vigilante, characters like that, so, I don't know. Just always wonder why what makes Punisher so unique, because this story is actually, believe it or not, it's actually been told many times. I mean, I believe well, I'm not sure about this, guys, but if you guys seen the Hercules movie with, I recommend it with The Rock. That's one of my favorites, actually. That movie does have a lot to do with, like, because he's kind of seen as like a super, because that one he's actually like Hercules is real. It's kind of, I don't want to spoil it too much, but it's basically he's seen more of a human. Rather than and there is a story about his family, so it kind of seems similar to that. But I do believe that Hercules is like the original comic book superhero type, with the 12 labors that he endured and stuff like that. So, and any legend, how you look at Hercules, so it's how you guys have viewed Hercules. But it's kind of the same premise, so I'm saying. So I don't know if that's true. I think there's just something written for the story, but I mean, maybe. But like, I mean, did Hercules have a family? I'm not a historian, guys, so I can't quote you on that. I mean, but it's The Rock being Hercules, so I just thought it was kind of a cool take on it. But I wonder if there's some truth to it. Yeah, the superheroes, it's hard to say because I do believe Hercules is like the original superhero in a way. Superman is the original comic book superhero, but like folklore and heroes, you guys should look up John Henry Irons. That's a good. It's actually what they based Steel that character on. The real legend, something about a steam engine or something like that, and it's pretty cool, like folklore. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Things like that. It's just basically like inspired by characters who've done miraculous things. You know what I mean? And Hercules was one of them. Because at the time, if Hercules was true, true human, he would have been, Because I wonder, guys, these guys, if they were around, would you really believe it? If God himself came down on earth and would you believe it if someone filmed it on for YouTube, I don't know. I often ask myself that question. I mean, I'm not even talking like religion, guys. If you saw someone, if someone said they were like the descendant of Hercules, would you believe them these days? That's a good question to ask, because I wonder, I mean, the way Photoshop, the way everything is nowadays. I mean, anyway, guys, I'm going off on a tangent. But this does have a lot to do with, superheroes and comics, and, you guys have to kind of understand where the history of these things come from. So, for me, I truly believe, and this is just my opinion, I believe it started with Hercules. From my study of history, I didn't know about Hercules. Like, when I watched Hercules, like the cartoon as a kid, I wasn't really familiar with, like, the real folklore and the real legends and stories and whatever, what's real and what's not. I just like the, to me, it seemed pretty unreal, but like the fact that maybe there was a real Hercules. He did some great things. He took down a giant lion. And the thing is, guys, these stories are often they're not urban legend. If you guys are not sure what an urban legend is, it's a story that's been told many, many times and it's been changed over time. It's actually been related to horror stories. If you guys are familiar with that kind of thing, where like there have been stories told of people, like one of them I know for specifically a serial killer is the Hook Man, and that's actually based. They took it and they made it to I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, but the story is that like it was a escaped convict, or not convict, it was escaped mental patient with a hook for a hand. And exactly, this is exactly my point. It's a story that's been told over and over, and then even with I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, they took that story, they took the hook hand and turned it into a fisherman. So. And I recommend go watch my video on that, guys. I drew the Hook Man, the fisherman from I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. But it's a good example of an urban legend. So maybe Hercules was a urban legend. Maybe he was a guy who took down a lion and took down maybe some beasts that existed long ago. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a historian or just a comic artist, but these are the kind of things we learn from, guys. I mean, surely they got to be based off something, right? I think. So anyway, guys, let's get back to. I've gone off on a tangent enough. I'm trying to show you guys how to draw guns from an angle, guys. If you guys notice, I start with basic shapes. So for his gun, he's got this big old gun. So always start with like rectangles and squares, guys. So you got to break down guns and think of the angle. So the way he's holding his gun, guys, you can kind of see a little bit of the bottom. So basically, you just got to start off with a rectangle like this. So, you know what I'm saying, guys? And that's kind of what I've drawn here. If I hadn't explained about Hercules, I could have explained this. But, you know, I promise you guys, a video like this is coming. I'm just trying to build up a little bit of an audience. But remember, guys, it's the same premise. These guns go to a certain angle from the shape of the. So if you draw it at an angle, make sure all the lines converge to that angle. So so if I'm drawing a gun that's angled, so you got a square. Don't worry, guys, I'll give this. And then this goes around this, and then this follows this. Every line curves to this will follow this contour. So this is a little straight, you stay straight. A little angled up, you follow that. So, and I'll give a little lesson on what I mean later, but I hope you guys get a little bit of a gist of it. So, and follow his fingers to wrap around the handle. Got big old fingers, so. Does he have 3 fingers? Hold on a sec, let me check something. 1 sec. No, there's 4 fingers, my bad. Anyway, just double checking. Okay. Just make sure, guys. I'm always paranoid in my videos if I'm gonna hit the pause button. I have so many screens and stuff going on at once, just kind of I need these screens. It's funny, my dad got me this this new screen for Christmas just last year. I'm like, I mean, it was great. I was like, Pops, I don't really need a new screen, and it's like now I'm using. Of course, I didn't say that, but I'm just like, you know, I mean, I'm thinking, you know, great, you know, another screen. Now I have to figure out where to put on my desk, but somehow I made it work, guys. You know, the problem is, guys, whenever I get a new piece of equipment, I have to figure out how it's gonna fit in here because I'm starting to run out of space on my desk, and I don't just have a setup. I'm gonna do a breakdown of my setup one, guys, so maybe you guys can kind of get inspired. Because I love looking at guys at anyone's setup, guys, gaming setups. You know, I love. This is one chick I see on Instagram, guys. Her setup is awesome. Even if it's kind of cute, I think it's kind of funny. I mean, like, like she's got like a little cutesy stuff, but like it's so cool. You know, I don't have a problem with that. You know, I like it when girls, especially like the girls, because they get more creative than guys. Because guys just have the computer, they have like dark stuff, but girls will add like anime stuff, and you know, I think it's kind of cool. It's creative. So, but I'll post my setup at some point, guys. Not there yet, so this might be a half hour. Oh, I haven't even finished the body yet. I'm telling you guys, armor characters are notorious, but we can actually cheat a little. So I'm just gonna get a little of the grenades on his chest. So. And there's always kind of ridges and things like this that, you know, drawn in the armor. And don't forget to add battle scars, guys. I'm not sure if I have time to do this, but there are every armor, Master Chief, you know, their armor gets scratched. You know, they're not invincible, so that's why they wear the armor. So don't be shy about adding scratches and battle and blast wounds and, you know, stuff like that. Always gives a uniqueness to the, you know, the character, guys. So what is he, just in a fight? You know, you always want to draw something like, even though, let me test this. You know, the secret, guys, to a good drawing is to tell it like a story. You see what I'm saying? So have a drawing that looks like it already told the story in a way. Like it looks like he's been through something. Does that make sense? So always thinking about if you're drawing a story or if you're drawing a character, guys, even if it's just one picture, one picture can tell a lot, guys. People can say, oh, he was in a battle, he's standing on a ridge, he's standing next to, you know, a dead body or whatever, you know, or a bunch of dead bodies piled up. He just shot up a bunch of people, whatever, you know. So that's my recommendation, guys. That's my is that unique, guys? Did I just come up with something? Always draw like you're telling a story, and that kind of says it all. Because one picture can tell a story, guys. You know, did he just finish doing something? Did he just come out of a battle? You know, whatever. Oops. That's my advice. Let your drawing tell a story. Yeah, that's good. I think I just found my little mantra. I don't know what you want to call it. I'm gonna copyright that. Draw like you're telling a story. That's kind of always how I've always drawn, guys, because if you ever see my work, you know, most of the time I like to draw characters kind of standing around, but usually I have something going on. Either he's standing on a certain area, or he or she is standing, or it or whatever is standing where there's something going on. Either they're waiting for something, or they just, you know, had something going on. Maybe you missed it, but then the thing is, guys, it keeps you wondering, ooh, what happened? Was there a mighty battle here or something like that? You know, yeah, I like work that pulls people in, guys. I think that's the best, kind of makes you wonder what happened earlier, or has it happened? Maybe it hasn't, Curiosity is one of your best tools as an artist, guys. So that will keep people coming back. That is my 2 cents. I'm trying to get this done pretty quickly, running out of time. Just get the armor in. Let me know if you guys are playing this, guys. I know Henry Cavill. I'm actually, I know you guys know the whole, but if you guys know, he's a big nerd of this game. I just think one day they're gonna ruin this game, or it's not gonna be available, and he's gonna go all full Superman, like, this was my world. You took it from me, and he's gonna destroy the world with Darkseid. Damn it, or darn it. Oops. That'd be funny, but I love Henry Cavill. If you guys have never seen, go watch The Count of Monte Cristo. He had a bit part in that when he was young and thin, like before he bulked up for Superman. That's one of my favorite movies. Oh, hold on, this came out with Jim Caviezel and Guy Pearce. It's a kind of not a remake, but it's a reboot of an older movie book. You should read the book, guys. And yes, I have read books, so Count of Monte Cristo. I did read that book as well, but it's very different, But still, Henry Cavill in the movie, good. I recommend it. You guys want to read? Finish this. Crap. Sorry, guys. Got the haul arse on this one. That's okay. I mean, it's still kind of working because it's a big, bulky character of armor and stuff like that. Don't forget to add some ridges to the. It's got a big old knife right here, so. Remember, guys, knives have thickness to them. Always try to capture where the blade ends, where the blade. Oh. Got some pouches, man. Always pouches are always a. I swear to Jesus, it's like a. These are just, it's the old school drawing pouches just on random stuff, Do you actually need those pouches? I mean, maybe for magazine, I can understand, carry ammo and stuff like that, but, excuse me. Armor plating. Got a little bit of a. Little crotchal area. The crotchal region. Another pouch right here. Because they carry a wide variety of weapons in this game, guys. It's pretty good. I mean, not pretty good. I mean, this game's awesome, guys. I'm sorry. What am I thinking? I must be tripping. This game is bad. Arse. Yeah. I do want to learn more about the lore because I looked at the older games and it looks like you're fighting orcs or something like that. So, sorry guys if I'm not too much into the story, but like I said, I just, we've just played it. We beat it a couple weeks ago, and I actually wasn't gonna draw this character at the time, but you know what? I was like, screw it. I need a challenge. Sorry, this might go a little longer than I thought, but best I can. On the legs. Remember, armor. Always keep the contour of the body. And remember, if you're drawing a circle, guys, and always keep it cylinder shaped, guys. Because remember, there's always, if you notice I have these double lines, that's because armor does have double layers in it, guys. What I mean by that is that armor, you know, has thickness to it. So you don't just draw like this is a, it's not just a circle, guys. It's a cylinder. It's a flat. Think of it like a pizza. A pizza is kind of like a, it has crust and things like that. It has, you know, that thing that gives it volume. So get the feet, we'll get the ground in, and then we'll ink this bad boy a little. Get this done. Let's get this in. Hope you guys enjoyed my drawing of Wesker last week. I actually enjoyed that. I haven't decided if I'm gonna do Halloween. I'll probably be drawing most Halloween stuff by just pure instinct, guys. But I did that the Halloween stuff last year, so I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'll probably just end up drawing more Halloween stuff. So, but just look out for that. I have a few other ideas I like to be doing. So let's get the ground in. Always keep the ground like I'm gonna keep it a little rigid, guys, because he's probably standing on some ground that was like battle driven. So add a little thickness, little cracks in the ground. Add little dots and textures, around a little bit of volume. Thick lines, remember guys, thick, thin lines. You know, push a little, then dab, push and dab. Okay, let's get this show on the road. Let's get this road on the show. I'm pissed off. So, much this blacks in as possible. Don't want I want that to pop out. Sure. And if you guys are not sure where to end the blacks, just add some cross hatching to end it like this, and just kind of bring it out. So like, see how like the shadows end right here. I don't want to end it, so just kind of fade it out with the cross hatching. I'm gonna do the same here because I like it. Here's some shadows. Is on his armor from the side of his head. You'll see this, and then just kind of cross hatch it out. Just lightly come out. If I had more time, I'd remember, guys. Against the body, there's always shadow on the side of your arms, inside the armor here. You know, add some scratch marks to it. Just add little lines that look like they're cracks in the armor. You know. Remember, cylinders, guys, always have shadows. So add a little shadow on these grenades because keep them round. Add some shadow here because it's got mostly this little black gel-like area that's keeping him housed. And these kind of things help, you know, shorten the drawing a little. Little tips and tricks, you know. Add more shadows, guys. Remember these ball-looking things, still these spheres have shadows to them, so don't forget to add a little attention to that. Add some shadows to the guns, because guns and metal are reflective, guys. They always have shadows. You know, guns and metals, always remember that. A little bit of shadows, I don't like that. I'm just going to cover up the hands. So. Always add shadows on the finger. And like I said, just add these little blots, guys, then come in with the cross hatching. You know. So. Okay, on his eyes. A little bit of shot in the eye. Add some shadows for the underneath the eyebrow here, guys. Okay, we're past 30. I'm sorry, guys. But mostly just the shadowing out. Try to get. And I told you guys, armor is a biatch sometimes. It's fun though, guys. I'm gonna tell you something. But imagine trying to draw this character in a comic book. So, and never be afraid of a challenge, guys. You know, whenever you see a challenge, just do it. You know, feel the fear and go for it. You know, don't ever let fear. Let me tell you something, guys. I'm always a pretty nervous guy sometimes, but I don't let that nervousness ever stop me from doing what I like doing. It's funny because like when I'm gaming with Jacer, sometimes like I'm always kind of freaking out a little. Like when we're playing Call of Duty or something like that, and then like it's down to me, I get a little nervous, but you know, I don't let it back down, let it stop me. And if I fail, I fail. You know what? The worst comes to worst, the guys are mad at me, whatever, you know. But trust me, guys, that kind of stuff that like keeps you going. You know, everybody needs, you know, people to kind of aspire to. So unfortunately, Jason just calls me a little girl, but whatever. That's not what Joe. Nah, I'm not gonna say. I'll tell him. I'll text him that later. But yeah, guys, what I'm saying is that like it's always good to have people to help kind of motivate you a little, you know. So don't neglect your friends and your family. Sorry, I was trying to breach this, but yeah, add some shadows. Make sure you're adding shadows where they need to go. Any place where any object meets another, guys. Now it's kind of cliche to say, but it's true. So like this pouch is near this belt, so you're gonna have a little, you know, shadows around here, shadows there, a little cross hatching. Always add some texture wherever you can. Even these pockets, guys, wrinkles in the pockets, or these, you know, well, let's add some armor. Looks like he got blasted. Yeah, kind of cross these lines a little, guys, because they add like a little rigidness to it. So. Sword, you don't have to do too much. I mean, swords are knives are really reflective. You can just add some lines in the middle. Maybe add some like pricks to the knife or something like that. Add some of the kneecaps. Because the most likely you're going to get hit in the kneecaps, guys, for sure. The shins and the legs. You know, make sure you add a lot of stuff because that's kind of where you get hit a lot. Believe it or not. Get the shoes a little bit more damage. Don't forget to add some shadows on the bottom. Add some. Think of the legs as cylinders, guys. So add some shadows to the front. Because remember, lighting is probably affecting around this side. So the light's behind them, most likely. From this angle, the light's kind of reflecting off the sides, so it wouldn't be much light. So this would be the darkest, you know. Yeah. And just kind of come out, little contours. See? A little cross hatching. Do little shadows, guys, and then just kind of come out, blend it out. So. This one would be able to change, so the lighting's kind of hitting the side here, so the shadow would most likely be on this left side, this side here. Let's add a little bit more. This is like kind of like the rubber part of his armor, like between. He's probably wearing some kind of rubberized suit underneath armor that keeps him like mobile, kind of like Iron Man, you know, a little bit like a bodysuit kind of thing going. So that's a little. But this would be all black most likely. But you'd see the lighting in the little tubing area. That would be his. Oh, I forgot that. He's a little. these little ventilation. You can actually add these to dark and then just kind of draw a little. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Isn't that cool? There you go. Switch this to the side. There we go, guys. I think the leg's a little misshapen, but it's okay. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. We're about 5 minutes over, so I really appreciate you guys watching this video. So, let me sign this bad boy. And there we go, guys. And I do recommend this game, so I suggest you go play it and check it out. And yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next video. And sorry I had to be this a little bit of a quick one, but you know, armor is always but just keep practicing, guys. Armor, you'll eventually get it. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I'm gonna go eat something, take a nap. No, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one, guys. See you next week, and have a good week. Be safe.